In this video, we're going to solve problems with the intersecting secant theorem. Now, what do I mean by a secant? A secant is a line which cuts the circle. Secant comes from the French sequer, which means to cut. So it's just a line that cuts the circle, whereas a tangent is a line that touches the circle. So that's a secant. If I just write that, secant. And this is another secant. Now, basically, this theorem works like this. If you had the length from this point off the circle here to where that secant first crosses a circle, and we also had the length all the way to the end of this secant, so where it cuts the circle again, and we did the product of those, so A times B, that will be equal to the product for the other secant. So if we had this was C, so where does this point cut the circle for the first time? That's length C. And then we do the length from that point up to where it cuts the circle the second time. So D all the way up to here, and do that product. These two products will be equal. A way that people often misremember this formula is they think that it's this length times that length, so the length inside the circle, equals that length times that length. But it's not. It's always the length measured from this point outside of the circle. So that times that equals that times that, right? So that's called the intersecting secant theorem, and we're going to apply it to this problem here. So we've got, from this point O, outside the circle, we've got this length here, which is 3, multiplied by the length from this point to the other point where the secant crosses a circle, so S. So we need OS, and that's going to be, if I just draw it like this, we can see that length is equal to 3 plus x. So it's 3 times 3 plus x, I'll use a bracket there, is equal to, and then if we look at the other side, we've got this length here, the 5, multiplied by the length from that point again to the other point where that secant crosses the circle. So that length is 9. It's 5 times by 9, not 5 times 4. So we've got 5 multiplied by 9. Let's simplify that. 3 times 3, if we expand out this bracket, is 9. 3 times x is 3x. And 5 times 9 is 45. Subtract 9 from both sides, we get 3x is equal to 36. Divide both sides by 3, you get x is equal to 12. So x is equal to 12 in centimetres. And that is the final answer.